panel. We will be talking about the complexities of this very, very important region, understanding both its fracture and the potential for cooperation. In that context, we understand that the South Caucasus has both geostrategic and to a very large extent, substantive importance to the entire Eurasian subcontinent. In that context, things that happen in this small region tend to have a multiplying effect, not only specifically to the region itself, but also to the broader related and interconnected parts of the Eurasian subcontinent. In that context, we're going to attempt to understand from our esteemed panelists their positions and their understanding of the nuances that shape the level of fracturing and discourse in the region. We're also going to understand from the experience of our guests on how Armenia and the region can enhance sustainable and sort of a robust ability to establish stability and thus enhance regional interconnectivity. With not much more ado, we will begin the conversation. Our first panelist speaking would be Ararad Mիրզոյան. And my question is specific to understanding the restructuring of regional fragmentation. Armenia has been playing a very constructive role in attempting to establish the foundations for regional stability. And of course, a very important part of this is achieving regional peace, and that is being able to establish peace with Azerbaijan. We understand what Armenia wants, but what is attainable by virtue of, at times, Azerbaijan's non-constructive position has slowed down or created obstacles for regional stability. From your perspective, Foreign Minister, how do you envision what peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan can actually look like and what can actually be achieved? Not what we want, but what substantively in reality can be achieved.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Dear colleagues, and thank you for this question. Basically, earlier today, His Excellency Prime Minister of Armenia already has reflected upon these topics, but again, coming back to this very important topic, I would like to say that South Caucasus is very much like many other regions and areas on this planet. We have long history here with our neighbors, and I can assure you that there have been times when we have been cooperating and also we have been interesting for the rest of the world, and we have been an important player, if you want, in global politics. We all together in South Caucasus, we have been important crossroad for trade routes, etc., etc. But also there have been times when we have been killing each other, and you know, this region, like probably many other regions in the world, we have seen, now we think that we have seen enough blood here. We have a real chance now, we, Armenia, Georgia, Azerbaijan, we have a real chance to close the page of enmity in this region and to open an era of stability and peace. And we believe that this would be beneficial for all of us. Not only the three of us will benefit from this, but also our neighbors, the larger region, all the other players and nations in the world. So we are really at a crossroad, and we have to choose. We in Armenia, we have made up our mind, and we chose the peace agenda because we believe in the benefits of peace. But as anyone can assume, it's very much like tango, and I really love repeating this. You cannot dance it alone. You need the other partner wanting, willing to dance with you. So this is a choice that should be made not only by Armenia, but also by Georgia, by Azerbaijan. Well, luckily we have happy and lucky enough to enjoy very good and brotherly relations with Georgia, but also we're looking forward to establishing peace and stability with Azerbaijan as well. And is that realistic? I think yes. And we have examples before our eyes. My distinguished colleague, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister of Luxembourg, probably can assure that they in Europe, they also have had tough neighborhood, tough conflicts. They also have seen enough blood. And they were strong enough to change the direction in which that specific region went occasionally, as we saw. And all of us in this sitting in this hall, we can see that that decision brought prosperity to Europe. Also, distinguished former president of Lithuania probably can say that they also have seen enough conflicts. So this is a decision that everyone should make, and our determination is peace. What realistically could be done? We already see some tangible steps. We see that the limitation of the border between Armenia and Azerbaijan has begun. We see that there is a discussion about unblocking and opening all regional transport and economic infrastructure. We see that, at least from our side, there is a very constructive dialogue regarding the peace treaty. And we all know that and this is another interesting layer and interesting nuance of this issue. We notice that we here in the South Caucasus, we are interesting to the rest of the world when we are cooperating. And of course, we can, three of us, we can survive being fragmented. We can survive somehow separately. We have been surviving for a couple of thousands of years here, and hopefully we will continue living here as a free nation for another couple of thousands of years. But when we are united, when we are cooperating, at least when we have some environment of or absence of enmity or environment of cooperation and collaboration, tolerance here in South Caucasus, then the interest of the rest of the world, interest in South Caucasus is much higher. We are interesting for the world, and this is my belief, altogether as a South Caucasus. So here I would like to stop and give a chance to the other panelists and looking forward to interesting dialogue. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will do a follow-up once the other panelists have spoken and inquire